Hello, can you hear me and see me? Can you hear and see me? Is that a yes? Let's give us a few moments until we get started. Does everyone understand what mass adoption means? I'm basically referring to this slide. Now it tells the health of the stream is good. Can anyone tell me where I can see how many are viewing? I have no clue where I can see that. Like candy for everyone, global access to RTGS, indeed. Okay, let's wait a few more moments. Under every rock. Hello everyone, let's get started. And again with me, hello everyone, let's get started. I hope most of you will not need the video I uploaded about 2 hours ago. It's basically a summary for the newer followers or those ones who have never seen a video from me, why I'm so zeroed out and 100% into XRP. I basically outlined 4 main points: the superhighway theory, that's how I call it. By what I basically mean is that it's not just Ripple creating or scaling RippleNet and ILP, but basically they have been, or they are working together with several gateway and payment provider systems such as Temenos, CGI, Task Group, etc. That's what I call the superhighway because it helps them scale, okay? Then I told that I later than I basically created the superhighway theory, I actually found a presentation from Ripple themselves. I put a link into that video, and in that video there is a link to the presentation from Ripple, and it's basically part of their strategy to actually go after the Internet of Value by scaling in terms of getting help from those gateway and other payment system providers. Then the second point was ILP. ILP basically refers to that famous slide from the Everest presentation. It will be in the PDF for this live stream later on. Then the third point was that I pointed out that XRP needs a high price, and I basically added two links to two videos of mine. One is the famous $5,000 per XRP video, where I have 4 different angles on how I see why it really needs a high price in order to be working. And then as a fourth and last point, the Shane Ellis theory, which basically I summarize quickly, explains how the price will rise steep and fast, that it will be thousands of percent within minutes. Okay, so if you have any colleagues or anything, please send them the link to that other video. For you guys, I hope it'll be just a recap. 28 are live. Okay, thank you. RB XCurrent 4. Why is it so important for XRP? Okay, let me quickly recap or re-ask my question. If anyone has any idea about what mass adoption means, because on that slide from Everest, it basically tells interoperability across all platforms until 2025. That's about 6 years from now. Why so long? Anyone have any idea? Because I basically want to take away the fear of you guys invested in XRP thinking it might take another 6 years, but that's definitely not the case. And let me explain. Mass adoption basically means that you will be able in 6 years, in 2025, you will be able to send money, and that's really mass adoption. On any technology, you currently can send a message, be it WhatsApp, be it Telegram, be it messages on iPhones, be it Twitter, be it email, whatever. That's how simple it'll be in 6 years to send money. And that's why the full mass adoption will take so long. Because until all those systems will be interconnected, that will take some time. But don't worry, the big payments, the large payments, the banks, those will be integrated 80% or so, I'd say, at least by the end of next year. Because there is a huge urge for everyone to get that started. Now, that's basically what I wanted to cover from my side. So don't be afraid of this mass adoption 2025. That literally just means that you will be able to send money on. That's just to help to visualize it. On any channel you can send a message today, okay? So that's what mass adoption means. Now to the questions, to you guys. Let's make it a little bit more interactive. RMP, some words about XCurrent. Why is it so important for XRP? Okay, where shall I start? Basically, XCurrent could be used with XRP before version 4 already. However, that basically meant that you would hold XRP, and then you would send XRP directly to the recipient. Now, since XCurrent 4, which I think was announced as well early October, I think it was 1st or 2nd of October, if I remember properly, supports a feature which I call the killer feature, multi-hop. And I think I made a video about multi-hop last year. Imagine multi-hop in the following way. You are using XCurrent and you're based in US. In US there is a payment provider, let's take Mercury FX or Qualix, which provides an XRapid installation. You as XCurrent user will send fiat. The fiat will then go on the first hop to the XRapid exchange, will there be converted into XRP, does then go out of the country into the other country to another XRapid installation where it's being converted into fiat, and from there it goes via the normal XCurrent, or if you so want ILP way, to the final recipient. And that's why it's so important, because basically no one is required anymore to hold XRP. However, in a recent tweet from David Schwartz, I think I read it today, maybe, or yesterday, I don't remember. He basically tweeted, because the whole setup is totally different from XCurrent 4 to the XCurrent before, and I'm assuming due to this multi-hop feature, it requires a little bit more work to upgrade an older XCurrent version to the newer one. And as I understood, they're hard working at the moment, upgrading all customers from the old version to the new version. However, even though he tweeted that in the past few days that they're doing so, don't think they didn't start doing that already in October. 100%. They have been, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. It's like 7 months already. They had time to help upgrade older versions of XCurrent. So I'm pretty sure, 50 to 70% of their installations most likely are on XCurrent 4 already. If Elfie, your question is 5,000 XRP. Now that really depends on your on what you want to achieve. If you just want to have some spare money, I want to be freaking rich. That's why I have more. I recently had a talk with a guy who started investing 2016 already. Last time he bought XRP was at the price of 15 cents. He told me first time he bought XRP for $1,000 he would get 200,000 XRP. Now that's what I call a stack. Now questions. I don't suppose each row of platform types on right side of every slide would have. English to me, yes, you're right. Basically, this mass adoption thing. Imagine it'll happen in the same way as the internet basically evolved. First, we had dial-up services such as CompuServe and AOL. When you had an account with them, you could only surf their content. Okay, that wasn't really internet yet. Along came HTTP, which made it possible to provide the content in a browser such as we know it today. And more companies kind of invested into having their own web server and everything, and it took some years for basically and even today, I mean, on the web browser part, just I don't know, about 2 years ago, HTML5 was released, and with HTML5 there came along new possibilities, and I'd say since the birth of Gmail, JavaScript has been really on the forefront of making all pages, web pages, interactive. So even though we had mail and all those systems before, but only since Gmail came along, developers started realizing that they could actually do even more with their websites. And the same in the same matter, it'll happen with ILP. Yes, mass adoption is about 85% capture. But even that, I mean, I'd say by having the banks online in RippleNet and ILP, that'll be maybe 50 to 60%. And the last 15% will be, I don't know, some maybe that'll then include tokenization of securities and everything, like literally any value being moved from anywhere to anywhere will go via ILP. Graham Robson: why I think the price will be high by the end of the year? Because I'm pretty sure that the superhighway theory is working out. I mean, I am basically waiting for the explosion since early of October, and I have been forwarded an interesting voice message from a Telegram group by a user who is supporting me, and in that voice message, the guy I trust most outside my normal circles, he basically explained how he thinks the whole thing will work. What he basically explained is the following. I will try to summarize quickly. He thinks that the banks joining RippleNet basically are asked to help XRP liquidity. If they want to participate, they are guaranteed a certain amount of XRP and everything, but they're not allowed to sell at the current price. And basically he assumes that basically the price of XRP is, which XRP will require in order for the system to work, is already known. And he thinks that according to Shane Ellis' theory, the price will rise and will stay there, and X-Pool will play somehow a role to keep the price there. And I'm pretty sure it'll happen this year. Julian Balatoni, why can't it react independently of Bitcoin? Because it's still just speculation. And as you know, most exchanges have base currencies, Ethereum and Bitcoin. And that's a stupid thing, I think, because you're also not required to buy Apple stock with Google stock. I mean, you buy it with dollars. So it's stupid to have another currency or another stock as base. That's really stupid. And with further regulation, I'm hoping that they will get rid of that, because this is a pretty stupid concept. But I can guarantee you, as soon as we see utility step in, this independence of Bitcoin will happen automatically. Instex, XRP Pajama, I have no clue. Let me make a note. I need to investigate that. Instex is target 2. I will investigate that and come back either in a video or in my next live stream. RMP, yes, you mentioned basically that you talked with Darren Moore regarding Pay Plus. Pay Plus, I think, if I remember properly, maybe you correct me, RMP, is being used by those, now I have to remember the proper abbreviation, I think it's continuous settlement, linked settlement, I think it's called, CLS. Those banks which provide basically today for enough money to fill the nostros worldwide and to be able to move the money from the SWIFT system. That's a big hunch from Darren Moore, that those ones will be coming along on RippleNet, and I personally believe those ones will play the role of the market makers, because those banks have enough liquidity. Toby Yogi, why others talk about $10 to $100? I don't know. Maybe I'm outrageous. Maybe my logic is wrong. But maybe they just have no clue what they're talking about. I mean, literally a few believe it can go so high. But so far, any other calculation I have seen always made the same mistakes. Either they took 100 billion XRP into account, or they took the 4 seconds transaction time into account, totally forgetting that basically this system will not be totally automated. It will always be a person initiating the payment on one hand. Like when I'm needing to pay 100 million to a supplier for my factory, I will enter that payment manually, okay? And it'll always take up to a minute to send that, and just this is already, I mean, could be that I'm totally wrong. I don't think so. Okay. What is Michael Zischer's Twitter account? ipinky77. My Twitter account, I think, is ipinky77. My wife wrote me a message in this chat. Can you see that? A few minutes ago. Sonja Zizek. She's really supporting me, and I really... Oi, Sonja, meu amor. She's really supporting me. I sold Monero for XRP. Best thing you could do. I'm being asked by many people if they should diversify. I always tell them, basically it's your decision if you want to diversify. Because I am expecting an explosion anytime. I think it's the worst idea you can do. Let's assume in 10 minutes there comes the explosion, and now you're having like 30% in whatever, Monero or ADA or whatever other coin. Once that explosion happens, you will have lost out thousands of percent just by being, what's the term in English? Eager for a few percent on Monero or any other coin. So that's why I wouldn't do that, but feel free to do it. I just wouldn't. I think XRP is really the only one making you rich. No, I'm not in Germany. I'm in Switzerland. Ralph Raymond, Coil. Coil is basically for me the future. I mean, basically what Coil is trying to achieve is what I told you before, that mass adoption will mean that you can send money any way you can send a message today. And Coil is achieving roughly the same thing by delivering content on any channel you want to see or consume that content without, and that's the whole point, requiring a subscription. As example, I have a Netflix account, and there is months where I don't watch Netflix at all. Nothing. But I continue paying the subscription. Basically, I would prefer that I just need to pay for what I actually see. And if I just see 10 seconds of a movie, that I just pay 10 seconds. And that's what Coil is after. And I think that will change the whole internet market mechanics totally. You will, I mean, imagine Google. You pay Google 5 cents for not delivering you searches sponsored by any company, but by any other popular metrics, such as how many people have been viewing that content. That would be worth 5 cents for me, not having that advertising there. Yes, Xpring is definitely something which is a crucial component in scaling their system. Patrick Barra, I think that's French. Vous parlez français? Yes, I think $5,000 by end of year. How? Kaspar Elksnis, regarding Bitcoin whales, why they don't get rid of it. There's a lot of money in there, and as soon as they start selling, the price will drop. Why? Because it's based on speculation. That's why I'm so into XRP. Right now we have a speculative XRP price, but this will change in due time. And once that happens, nothing will be able to move that price up or down besides, I don't know, 0.5% or so every day. Again, regarding Coil, R&B, well, I tell you, we moved into this house here, and we did have satellite before, and I was subscribing to the Sky channels, and we're still waiting for the satellite guy to come and mount the dish and install the cable and everything, so we can have again the Sky channels on our TV without a lot of advertising. We do have TV, but we have the normal public whatever TV channels, and my wife didn't know about that, but in Germany it's a pain in the ass when you're watching Pro7 or RTL or Sat1 or whatever, I don't know those names. Like every 20 minutes you have about 7 minutes of advertising, and this is so freaking annoying. And the same happens on the website. All those crypto news sites, we're seeing links on Twitter and like AMB Crypto, whatever. There are like hundreds of them, and on most every article of them I'm watching, I first have to wait for the advertisement to go away. Sometimes I need to click somewhere myself and I don't find the go away button. This is really a pain in the ass, and I'd be really willing to pay a small amount, but because there would be so many people paying that small amount, it'll be still worthwhile. I'm pretty sure about that. So I do see a use case in Coil. Nano, I don't know. I have to investigate. I have to do that. I really don't know what Nano is about. To the moon. Well, I don't know why the price is still the same than a year ago and the volume is bigger. I really don't know. Anyway, regarding utility, you will know once the transactions per second reach a constant 100 or more transactions per second, then you know now we have utility. And then the volume will rise even more, like 10 times or even more, and the price will rise indefinitely. I have no smack dealer. Liam Ivy, XCurrent, no, that's what I tried to explain earlier. Someone asked me about XCurrent 4. I think, the way I understood it, XCurrent was announced to be productively available as well. They handed out kind of brochures about the new features of XCurrent. And I'm pretty sure it's being available since then. However, those ones who had XCurrent before already need to be migrated, and this migration process seems to be a little bit more complicated. Ralph Raymond, I'm in Switzerland, in the let me think, in the northern part, very close to Basel, but in Canton Aargau. Okay, with that I think we close for today. Just a reminder, if you have friends or colleagues or anything, and I wanna with that also excuse my mistake with the wrong announcement yesterday. I'm always doing live streams twice a week, Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday, always at 8 o'clock Central European Time. Okay, I tried to continue doing these scheduling events, but it happened already twice that I made a mistake, and now I forgot what I basically wanted to tell. I told Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday, 8 o'clock Central European Time, and please excuse that I misscheduled the one for today yesterday. And if you know other people who would like to be more interactively involved in a really nice discussion, and I really want to thank you guys. I mean, on literally all other live chats, it's like the messages go through like that, and it's like crazy chaos. And I really like that you guys behave, that we can discuss, that I can basically answer every question. I think if you really wanna have an urgent, important question, you can mark with the ampersand and my name, then it will be more visually highlighted. Okay, with that, I leave you alone. Wish you a nice day or a nice night, and maybe see you next Tuesday or on Thursday. Thanks for your confidence and your persistence.